Hello and welcome to Experiencing Love. I'm your host, Philip Jocks, and I'm so glad that you're here. The lighting has changed a bit in my room, being that it is much earlier in the day for recording. I have to admit, I usually record these episodes at like 3 in the morning. It is currently 7 in the morning. If you're wondering, yes, I did just record the last episode 4 hours ago. And so, starting this episode, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. But there's a reason that I'm doing this, and it's because I've been letting my chaotic sleep routine run rampant way too long. I have been going to sleep around 5, 6, even sometimes 7 a.m., waking up around 2 p.m., and I truly believe that enough is enough. The moral is not about the sleep schedule, but it's about reaching a threshold, reaching a point where I just know that I have to change something. One of the things that I've been saying to myself, honestly, it's an excuse at this point, has been that I can't go to sleep earlier because I still have to record. Yet I would put off recording longer and longer and longer into the night until, of course, I'm going to sleep at 5 a.m. if I don't start recording until 3. So while I train myself to get back to a stable sleep schedule, I need to work at getting rid of every single excuse that I have. That's really how you create real change in your life. If there's something that you want to change in your life and you haven't done it yet, it's probably because you have some list of excuses as to why you can't. So the best thing for you to do is tackle each of those excuses one by one. Get rid of them. If I can't go to sleep until I finish recording, then I'm just going to start my day with recording. Maybe I'll create some morning routine that gives me the opportunity to have some downloads that I can share with you. And otherwise, I won't record at the end of the day. I have a list of things that I plan to try this time around, because I'd be lying if I said this wasn't the first time I tried to fix my sleep schedule and then fell off of that old plan. I tried the gradual approach. I tried the sudden change approach. And sometimes I'll even repeat those approaches, but I've gotten to the point where I need to be honest with myself and just admit that those methods don't work for me. They haven't worked in the past, and repeating it again and again and again won't get me different results. I actually see a translation of this with my journey and my path of content creation and social media. At some point, I do have to be very honest with myself and the metrics and the numbers that I have, and I have to realize that what I'm doing now is not fully working. I need to change something. I need to do something different. I mentioned it a few days ago saying I need to create a solid thumbnail, a solid title, because I already believe in the content. The content itself, of course, can use work. There could also be more/better editing. But content in terms of the topic or the content in terms of my method of doing it, that's something I believe in. I also believe in learning and growing. So when those downloads come in for me to do something different, I'll listen. But back to what I was saying before, there's still some things I need to change. There's still some methods I need to try out. A little while back, I remember I was streaming for a little bit. Didn't completely love that just yet, but I would love to get back into that. I just have to do it a little bit differently. The way I was doing it before wasn't working for me. So I could do that a little bit differently. I could do social media a little bit differently. One thing I haven't tried before is doing these long form videos, or at least these long form podcasts where I'm actually just speaking and finding clips that I can post on Instagram, on Facebook. What I used to do was very scripted. It'd be me sitting down in front of the camera for a minute at a time and just speaking, but I would cut myself off at a minute. As you can imagine, it's hard to make these bigger points, express these bigger ideas in a content form that is so short. That actually might just be a me problem because I like to talk, hence doing a podcast. Even in a world where every other creator is also doing a podcast, there are actually so many podcasts out there. And I often wonder, what's going to make me stand out? How am I going to differentiate myself? And I'm still learning what the answer to that question is and will be. I have questions that I use to plant seeds of ideas for later. Many of the questions that I've asked already have been answered, and many more have not. But one thing I don't worry about is rushing to get the answer. No, instead, I trust that the answer is going to come to me in its own time. And I get answers all the time for old questions and sometimes even future questions. There's something fun about having an idea, putting it on the shelf, then having a question later, and realizing that old idea is really relevant to this current question that you have. Where am I going with all this? Well, if there's anything that I can impose upon you, it would be if you're aiming to try something or if you're aiming to change something and you've tried before and it hasn't worked, don't give up. Don't give up, but don't do the same thing that you've always done. Try something you haven't tried before. Do something you haven't done before. One thing I appreciate about myself is my focus on evolving, my focus on leveling up and doing what I can to just be a better person. I also realize that there's many times when if I don't keep up with something that I'm working on, well, I slip away, I slip back. The whole thing with the sleep schedule, it's because I haven't been intentional about getting to bed on time. And without being intentional, it's led to 6 a.m. bedtimes. But there's a lot of things that don't take that much effort to keep up with. Maybe this is just one of those things. This idea that I just need to try something new. Because I am now 156 days into recording. I record every single day. I keep showing up every single day. At the very least, I can have pride in the fact that I'm showing up. And the problem that I have is not that I'm not showing up. That was my problem for the longest time. Wondering where people were, why nobody knew about what I was doing, but also not existing on the internet. I wasn't recording, I wasn't posting, I wasn't sharing what I did because I was afraid. But I didn't give up. I'm back at it again. Now over 5 months into recording and posting. And all it took was going step by step, a little bit at a time. There's some episodes of this podcast that are no joke less than 6 minutes long because it was all about just me showing up, me being there. It took me nearly 145 days to start recording video again. And from this point of recording video, well, I can do a lot with this. Like I mentioned before, I could do the clips. I could start streaming. And whatever I get to, well, the point is I'm going step by step. I'm consistent in showing up. And whatever the problem is as to how can I grow my channel? How can I grow my audience? I'm going to keep asking that question. I'm going to keep looking for the answer. I'm going to keep showing up and I'm going to keep trying new things, new methods, something different. That's one of my core values, really, is uniqueness or difference. It's this need to be different, to feel different, to experience different things. It's impacted so many of the decisions of my life so far, and it's going to continue doing that. I know I'm meant to stand out. It's in my body. It's in my blood. It's in my bones. I will stand out. I will try something new. I will try something different every single day until it works. Because I can try 1,000 different things, and none of them would work. But when the 1,001st idea does work, I know it was all worth it. So I will get to 1001. I promise. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being here. This is going to be the start to many, many more earlier episodes. I'm going to make sure to continue growing, to continue learning, and continue giving. I just need to return to love, experiencing it and giving it. Remember to always fill up with the love. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I love you.